Today I have a very special video for you guys, my first ever flight with the brand new DJI Avata. It's going to be a raw impression video and it's really my first ever time flying this drone. I haven't spent not even 1 minute with this drone in the air, and I like to make those videos so I can demonstrate you my real thoughts on this brand new product as I go through those thoughts and impressions and emotions, so it will be a good one. Make sure you check my channel for more DJI Avata videos. And with that being said, let's begin. Ready to start? Straight into manual mode. And it's quite windy, so we need to be careful. Wow, first impression, that is a very fast drone. I wasn't expecting it to be that fast, straight out of the gate. And keep in mind, I haven't really touched any settings to tweak the rates, so this is stock rates right now. It does feel very fluid straight away. It feels very familiar. Coming from the DJI FPV drone, it feels super familiar, but obviously you feel that it's not as powerful. You can kind of feel the power of the wind, but it's very manageable. And so far the signal, wow, the signal, it's, oh, almost hit that little branch. The signal feels really smooth and wow, very impressive. A little stutter, very noticeable, very almost not noticeable. And I like that I can always see where I'm at. I can see the home point. I'm a little too careful for now to go through stuff because it does feel very like super responsive. I definitely need to dial down that responsiveness coming from the yaw especially, and also for the pitch. But wow, considering how windy it is, it's actually really impressive how this performs. And I need to keep an eye on the battery, but for now it's 86% and I've already been flying for 2 minutes, which is, you know, since we are comparing this to a traditional Cinewhoop, it's very impressive. I can say that the noise is very similar to a traditional Cinewhoop as well. It has that high-pitched sound that Cinewhoops have. Let's see if we go a little bit behind those trees. I can assume we will lose some signal, or at least a little bit. But no, we are still at 50 megabits. But maybe you see it's being pushed away by the wind quite a lot. And I'll actually go a little bit closer to these animals right here. Not too much, but yeah, it's super strong wind right now. So it does get thrown around quite a lot. Wow, this is impressive. This is one of my favorite locations to fly because you have so much to explore. And it's very vast, very open, very wide. And you have these amazing views that are just really interesting for getting the shot. Now, I do have a little bit of vibrations coming from the drone itself because of the wind, obviously. But wow, it's so quick. It does feel like one of these 6S Cinewhoops that I've been flying lately. It has a lot of power, and I'm sure it can do some acrobatics, so let's give it a go. Very basic. Yeah, I mean, no problem at all. really not a problem. It does have a lot of prop wash coming down, getting closer to the ground, but yeah, nothing major. I mean, it is a Cinewoop after all. It's not a 5-inch drone that is made for this. It's actually made for smoother flying, and I'm really interested to see how Rocksteady will smoothen this video out after applying that stabilization. In my goggles, the feed is just perfect. I mean, it has a little bit of wobble because of the wind, but other than that, it's super smooth, and the image is just beautiful. I mean, can we talk about the goggles? The goggles are just super compact, and they do feel very similar to the V2 goggles, the previous model that they released, but in a lot smaller form factor, and definitely a lot more comfortable to carry, not only in your backpack but also on the head itself. And yeah, with this amount of wind, I don't feel comfortable going under the trees, because if you have flown Cinewoops before, you know that they tend to be really pushed around by the wind, and if you're going through tight gaps, it's just a matter of time to be pushed by the wind into the obstacles that you're trying to go around or go through. So I don't want to crash on my very first flight doing something that I know is going to happen. So that's the reason why I'm a little bit more careful with this first one. But yeah, I'm feeling super confident with the drone. I mean, if it wasn't the wind, I would be doing a lot more with it, but yeah, I feel like I have the control that I need. And I can only imagine what this would feel like in, let's say, indoors, where you don't have any wind, because the wind is the biggest problem here for this drone. You have to be like careful to not do stupid things because of the wind. Really, wow, yeah, a lot of prop wash on the way back, but the flip itself is like zero issues. It has some powerful motors, that's for sure, and it picks up speed quite a lot. I mean, we're moving with 15 meters per second, and that's just cruising speed. And my signal is staying rock solid at 50 megabits. I mean, I'm not going too far anyway, but still, with traditional DJI FPV, I would feel like I would have more problems with stuttering and some blurriness inside my my goggles. So far, 8 minutes of flight time with this super strong wind. You can see it, like the drone is trying to combat that wind. It's really struggling at some point to go against the wind, but still, I mean, it's doing it. Let's go a little bit further again. Oh, almost 9 minutes. I was really intrigued to check out the battery life. Because the promised flight time is up to 18 minutes, which for a Cinewoop is just amazing. Normally for 18 minutes, I'm sure you will capture most of the things you want to capture. And if you get the Fly More combo, you will have 2 more batteries, meaning 36 more minutes of flight time, which is insane. Let's follow this path a little bit until we start struggling with the signal a little bit. Yeah, struggling with the signal, 18 megabits. Let's see if we go up, if it's going to get better. Definitely. back to 45, 50. Yeah, that's it. Since we are so far and behind the trees, it's a great way to see that the drone is managing to keep the signal strength relatively strong. And this, for cruising and going through gaps, this drone will be amazing. I cannot wait to explore more with it. Maybe in a day where we don't have that much wind. Hopefully we'll get a few of those days at least before the official announcement of the drone and the official release. But yeah, for now I'm at 30%, and I want to try. Yeah, I see that I'm not going to hit 18 minutes obviously with that amount of wind, and I'm at 29%. I want to hit the pause button just to see if the emergency brake works on this drone, because that's one of the features I love the most when it comes to DJI FPV. And yeah, there it is. We're back to normal mode. High wind velocity, yeah, you're telling me. Okay, back to manual mode. Yeah, the emergency brake is a game changer from DJI. They outdid themselves with this one, because it's so comforting knowing that you will be safe. Even if you lose signal or something happens, the drone will just hover and wait for your command. So that's great. Now, the landing part will be interesting with that amount of wind. So let's see. Try to not go too close to me. At the same time, I will try not to crash. And there you guys have it. This has been my very first flight with the brand new DJI Avata. Like I said, I'm very impressed with the power, the fluidity, the smoothness, and especially the battery life, because for a Cinewhoop, flying 11-12 minutes is insane, and I still had some power left to fly a little bit more. And considering the wind, it's great. It's really, really great. I'm really excited to check out more of the possibilities of this drone and explore more with it in different locations. But for now, feel free to browse my channel, check out other videos on the DJI Avata. This is Mike from Drone Supremacy, and I'll see you very, very soon in another video. Ciao.